Have you tried all the puppy biting advice out there, but your fluffy bundle of joy is still acting like a miniature T-Rex? After raising German Shepherds for 30 years, I would not have any skin left if I haven't discovered that redirecting and saying ouch, it just doesn't work. In this video, I'm going to bust some myths that are keeping you stuck and show you the method I use to stop puppy biting fast. Not only it teaches your puppy not to bite you, it also builds trust and respect because you are working with the puppy's nature, not against it. I want to bust a myth right here, right now. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. My puppy is biting me. They must be teething. But puppies don't start teething until they're 15 weeks old. So when your 10-week-old puppy is biting you, something else is going on. Because your puppy is not biting you due to teething, giving them more and more toys is just not going to help. Your puppy will play with the toys, quickly get bored of the toys, and go straight back to nipping at you. Is that something you're going through right now? By the way, when your puppy does get into the teething stage at 14 to 16 weeks of age, I go deeper into that in a separate video, including how to spot potential problems. And I will link to that video below and at the end screen of this one, so please stick around. Back to biting. Giving your puppy high-value chews like frozen marrow bones will definitely occupy them for long stretches of time, but when they're done with that bone, they will still go back to biting at you. So boredom is not the problem here either. So what is going on here? Why a puppy who was so sweet and cuddly for the first couple of days is suddenly going after you and biting so hard? Puppies mostly bite to play and interact. First, your puppy thinks that biting is a great fun. Puppies play bite and wrestle with their siblings all day, every day. It's a great opportunity for them to learn to battle their enemies in a safe, playful environment and learn how to establish the hierarchy. And secondly, your puppy has some prey drive, my friend. Especially if you have a herding or a hunting breed, chances are your puppy might have some or even a strong prey drive. Think about a kitten chasing a feather on a string. This is how they practice their hunting skills, and that is exactly why your hands and feet are the most common victims. They are a moving target and they are so much fun to catch. If your puppy is equipped with a strong prey drive, congratulations! Training a driven puppy, a driven dog, is a lot of fun and it's going to be so rewarding for both of you. So let's talk solutions. First things first, I want you to get some interactive toys for your puppy. This can be a ball on a string or a flirt pole, as we call it, with a soft toy attached at the end. The difference with these toys is they're not for chewing. You can make these toys alive by moving them around, and they give a healthy outlet for your puppy's hunting and biting behaviors. Also, your puppy does not see these toys as an extension of your body, so they can really engage with full abandon in this chasing and biting behavior and not connected in any way with biting of their person. By the way, chasing and biting toys and playing tug of war and involving your dog in sports like Schutzhund is not going to make your dog more aggressive or more likely to bite more. On the contrary, I will tell you how it's actually the opposite in one of my next videos. Okay, so now we know why your puppy is biting you and we know how to channel that bitey energy into healthy play. But if your puppy still continues to bite you, we need to practice what is called bite inhibition. The most effective way to teach your puppy bite inhibition is to mimic the behavior of their mother when the puppy is biting her a little too hard. What the mother will do is she will bite the puppy's head gently but quite firmly and hold it in her mouth for a few seconds. She will do it to signal to the puppy that their biting her was too hard, not to punish them. Okay? Of course, you don't literally bite your puppy's head, but you can imitate this behavior with your hands. Shape your hand into a clamp of sorts and place this over your puppy's head and face and hold them quite firmly for a few seconds. You can use some short verbal interrupters like or too hard or stop. to signal to your puppy that the force of their bite was just a little too strong for you. If your puppy gets too carried away, you can also stop playing with them for a while. So let me show this again. Now, your puppy might whine a little bit or cry out a little bit when you're holding their head down. It's not because you're hurting them, okay? Just go ahead and try clumping your own head like this. It's not painful, but it kind of grabs your attention. And the puppy's instinctual reaction is to tell his mom like, oh, okay, I'm just a little puppy, don't bite my head off. Because the strength of her bite can be quite tremendous, but she's being quite gentle here. Firm, but gentle. So don't worry if your puppy vocalizes a little bit. It's not due to pain, it's just them giving you a little bit of feedback. Now, if you let go too soon or apply too soft of a pressure, your puppy will misinterpret your actions as just playtime and probably will go right back to biting you again. So don't be afraid to carry your point across here for your puppy to understand why you're doing this, and that is not to punish them in any way. In fact, I want you to go back to playing with the puppy after this, but to simply show them in a very clear way that when they beat you, it was too hard for you. What can also be helpful here is keeping a house leash, like a little nylon leash on your puppy for the first few weeks after bringing them home. This can help you to control your puppy in case they decide to play a very fun game of bite you and run off. So using this instinctive method of teaching bite inhibition to puppies is not going to damage their bond with you. On the contrary, it's going to strengthen it, because your puppy will suddenly see that even though you're firm with them, you're also very fair and you're very clear in your communication. You get them, okay? They will see that you get them. So after you release the pressure off of your puppy's head, I want you to go right back into playing with them. No hurt feelings, no timeouts, just a normal enjoyment of your puppy as they are, only with a softer bite right now. If you apply this method correctly and your communication to your puppy is clear, they will probably stop biting you on the very first or second try. Or they might still mouth at you, but their bite will become so much softer, and personally I allow that. So, final tips. Remember, puppies do not bite you due to teasing. Do not chalk it up as they are just teasing. Use this behavior as an opportunity to play with your puppy and to strengthen your bond by communicating with them with kindness and clarity. I know sometimes puppy can bite you so hard that it hurts, but stay calm, stay kind, but also firm. Drop your biggest puppy biting struggle below. I read every comment.